Let's stop making resolutions at the beginning of a new year and instead let's start making habits. Hey, it's Scott Beebe with Business on Purpose, and it's time to be liberated from the chaos of working in your business. You know, for some, it's a book, and for others, it might be a cigarette, and for others, still, it could be a phone call. But each evening throughout the world, a sequence of nighttime habits are taking place in every home, every apartment, every flat, every dorm in the world. For me, the routine is to enjoy something sweet, a cookie, a small piece of pie, a handful of chocolate chips. Not just a quick bite, but instead a long sit down as best I can with an ice cold glass of milk. Oh my goodness, that's my routine. At the beginning of each new year, I consider a resolution to do something different with each evening moving forward. Seeing as sweets may not be the best long term. Maybe I should do a cup of fruit or hot tea, but I never do. Why? Why do I do that? Why do I do the same thing every night? In fact, why do I repeat most things, most days, over and over and over again? The good things and the bad things. It's like they're on repeat. So what's going on? Well, in his powerful book, The Power of Habits, Charles Duhigg lays out a three-step loop that we all experience that creates the habits that we repeat. After I share this three-step loop from Duhigg, I'm then going to challenge you to ditch resolutions which have a history of not lasting and instead replace a resolution with a habit. What habit? Email. There, I said it. Email. A McKinsey analysis found the average worker spends 28% of their work week reading and answering email. I can hear many of you right now, but you don't understand. My job revolves around email. I do actually hear you loud and clear. I do understand. So let's own your email and let's do something different. If there's no plan or habit, email can become a place where it dominates your day. It dominates your mind. It dominates your ultimate agenda, and it keeps you from transforming your business into and onto the purpose that you've intended in the first place. I heard someone say one time, email is someone else's agenda for your day. God, I love the definition. I hate the reality. What a horrible truth. Let's not just resolve to change it in our minds, but let's actually change it in our habits. So Charles Duhigg shares a powerful three-step loop that's going to help us. So here are the three steps. Cue, routine, reward. The cue is the thing that provokes or sets off an actual habit. It's what launches you into the very habit that you do, whatever that habit, good or bad, may be. The routine is the actual behavior that you're looking to change. The routine is eating chocolate before bed or drinking 3 cups of coffee before 7 a.m. or checking email obsessively throughout the day. The reward is the feeling, the emotion, or the response that you receive as you complete the routine. It's that immediate gratification or satisfaction that you feel, you see, you touch, you experience. Charles Duhigg makes the case that simply by replacing just one part of the three-step loop, you can transform your habits. It's difficult, and in some cases impossible, for us to control the cue, that external factor that comes in. The cue might be a time of day or something that happens naturally in our course of life. Say bedtime. You can't change that. You'll always have bedtime. The reward part of the loop is tied to your psychology and physiology, which, of course, can shift over time, but again, much harder to master in the near term. So Duhigg suggests that we replace the routine, the second of the three-step loop, and that'll provide the key to changing your habit. So let's apply this to our email challenge. With email, the cue may be simply arriving to work, or scrolling my phone, or I don't know what task to do next, so I'll just do this. In fact, I want you to think through your last few days at work, and I want you to answer this cue question. Why and when do you check your email? Is there any rhyme or reason? Some habits are very methodical, like eating sweets before bedtime, but not as much throughout a normal day. Some habits are erratic, like scrolling phones. Simply being aware of what drives you to email or coming to grips with the reality that maybe it is unrestrained will be an important step in you owning email rather than email owning you. Now that you know the cue, let's change the routine. For most, the cue that launches you into email is erratic. It's not scheduled. You keep it that way under the false truth of, but I have to be on email all day because that's how people communicate with me. No problem. Let people continue to communicate with you that way, but you change the routine. You change this up. Instead of being on email all throughout the day on other people's schedule, you set the schedule. And so you start to ask yourself, can I do this? Yes, you can do this. Of course you can do this. And so we start to think. You set the schedule. Now, when you say that you can do this, you set your routine, and there's a couple of different ways that you can do this. For many business owners and key leaders, we've seen a 3 times per day routine work really, really well. They read and respond to email for 30 minutes in the morning, 60 minutes midday, and 30 minutes at the end of the day. It's still around 20 to 25% of a typical workday, but it's blocked in focused time so you're not distracted from the real work. For other business owners and key leaders, we've seen an every other hour for 30 minutes strategy work. For both of these strategies, make sure to literally set a timer on your phone. This is a part of making a new routine, which will eventually make a new habit. So from now on, align your cues to a new routine, and you will receive an even better reward, the result of a new habit. So I hope you'll go after this. I hope you will change your habit as it stands around email. Not necessarily by changing the cue, not by changing the reward, but by changing the routine. And by changing that routine, you'll be able to change everything else and create some new habits. But you can only do it if you do it. So I hope you'll go after it. I hope you'll work and talk to other members of your team about how to make changing a habit a reality, changing the routine. Hey, we've got a lot of information for you, and we've got a lot of coaching available to you. If you just go to mybusinessonpurpose.com/free right there, you can sign up for a 28-day free trial of our entire online coaching program, as well as live coaching calls during that 28-day period. You don't want to miss out, and it's a great way to start any new year or whatever time of the year it is for you. So check us out at mybusinessonpurpose.com/free and go be liberated from the chaos of working in your business.